This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Oklahoma Sports Network, this is Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray. We're at Edmond North High School for the Dell City Eagles versus the Elgin Owls in the Class 5A area consolation bracket. And we got a late start here on the stream, folks, because the previous game went to double overtime. We're just now getting on with this game. Not only did the game get a late start, it caused a couple of challenges for us in getting the stream on the live for you as well. So we're starting the second period of play here. The Dell City Eagles up big on Elgin as we begin the second period. Second period brought to you by Casa Juanito. Casa Juanito with fresh Fiesta meals in Dell City. A quick service restaurant. It's located at 4718 Southeast 29th Street in Dell City, just west of Sooner Road. And it's 22-7 is the score. Dell City on top. McCarroll gets a rebound, draws a foul. We only had 2 fouls called on each team in the first period of play.
And we had several players for Dell City shine. And they'll probably, since I had to work hard to get us back on the air, it was an understandable problem we had where because we were having to start this stream outside of the 7:30 time, because that's when this game was supposed to start, it messed us up trying to get the stream going. I had to bother our boss, Eric, during a movie. He was very helpful, though. We appreciate him. And this game has gone exactly about how we expected, at least I expected, and where the team speed of Dell City has overwhelmed Elgin at times. They're still technically in this game, but right now Dell City's on the verge of a blowout.
And Lohman driving to the hole, draws a foul.
And he's someone who can help stem the tide. Lohman's got to be very strong with the ball, and that's a good attack. Get into the free throw line is a good thing for Elgin right now.
So Lohman at the line shooting the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. Now, this is our mid-Dell broadcast covering Dell City, but we want to welcome all of our Elgin fans to our stream as well. We're very appreciative of you and your participation with the Oklahoma Sports Network throughout the season. Lohman hits the first free throw. He hits the second as well. The free throw is brought to you by Toonie Buys Houses. Toonie Buys Houses in any condition, folks. And if you need to sell a home, or you know someone who needs to and wants a cash offer, they can call Toonie Buys Houses today, 405-931-3046. Kentrell Thurston misses a shot, misses the putback attempt after getting his own rebound. Lucas Young gets the rebound, and now Elgin sets up their offense. Laura has the ball taken away by McCarroll. McCarroll gives to Johnson, right back to McCarroll for the layup. McCarroll has 4 points.
That has happened quite a bit. Again, that's the Dell City team speed, just to level up from what Elgin normally goes up against.
Mraz for 3, shot no good.
Of course, they saw a lot of that against Carl Albert a week ago tonight, and they got overwhelmed in that game.
Johnson driving the baseline, kicks it back out, and McAllister for 3, shot no good. Laura with the rebound.
Elgin will play his zone defense, trying to force Dell City to hit some outside shots. It's a good idea. Dell City not a great three-point shooting team, but you know what? This is a good chance for them to get some practice in if they pulled on and win this game, of course.
Mraz found a lane. Got to the basket, a little too far underneath, kicked it out to Lohman. Lohman missed the shot. Battle for the rebound, and a foul is called. I believe it's going to, foul will be on
Dell City on the floor.
City. McAllister draws the foul, his first personal.
Not so much to talk about, so maybe we'll do a little bit of halftime. Just reflecting back on the game we had. Double overtime victory for Midwest City.
Not to mention a look at the results for some other games and what that means for tomorrow's games, right?
Well, and one of the things that's interesting, is in girls basketball yesterday in the east side. The district winners, Tahlequah and Sapulpa, both lost. So if they win tomorrow, and I think they will, but you never know, one of them will be matched up against Midwest City girls. And now tonight, Booker T lost, and I did not see that coming.
Wow.
I say praise in not the most literal sense, but credit to Tulsa Edison Prep for pulling off that. I thought Booker T was going to be one of the invincible teams, close to invincible teams in 5A, because they had been dominating opponents, and that domination came to an end tonight. So the question is, if Booker T turns around and wins tomorrow, are they going to play Midwest City or Crossings? And usually I'm able to tell that by who the higher seed is, but they don't really do it that way. So I have no idea who's going to be set up to play who tomorrow night.
So they take the teams that have made the state tournament, and the coaches then do a new ranking of those teams to decide who?
Not in the past. In the past, it was overall seed, the highest overall seed, undefeated team in the playoffs. On one side would play the lowest seed, one-loss team in the playoffs on the other side.
Right.
But you don't have, even though Midwest City is seeded higher than Crossings technically, what if Crossings was the one seed as well? How do you figure that? No. I really don't know. That's the brand new thing. There's not a one overall seed on the West.
Well, that's what I'm thinking that what OSA does, I read in the rule book, is they go back to the coaches now, and the coaches rank the teams that make it. And then they seed them based on that new ranking that will take place after the teams are in.
I wonder how long that will take. I'm hoping to have the matchups late Sunday morning.
Well, they probably have 24 or 38 hours to log in to the OSA ranking site and submit their new rankings,
Well, 24 hours, that could take till Sunday evening.
It could. That's true.
I don't know. Ideally, because you have games on Wednesday, you'd rather have the matchups figured out as soon as you can.
Del City subbing a lot of players already, so if this continues, we also have Michon Graham in the ball game. Del City will have some pretty fresh legs if they hold on and win this game for their matchup with Guthrie, who had to go to double overtime earlier.
It's quite a contrasting matchup if that does happen. Both teams hosted, by the way. Both teams are 2 seeds. So, I don't know who on paper you would take, but because Guthrie lost just a frustrating game in double overtime, and Del City looks like, as of right now, they can continue to go deep like they normally do. Who knows if their best players will get a lot of rest this game. Still a lot of time left, and Elgin's come back before from 15. But again, this Del City team is just different.
And there's a steal and a bucket by Amadre Sanders on your Super Subs instant replay.
See, I love Amadre Sanders, but he's usually not in that quickly in the first half, but he's in tonight.
That's an interesting offensive foul called there. Both players, defender running back with the ball handler, Brody Morrison. That's his second offensive foul on Brody Morrison. And
it's just tough for Elgin to get any type of clean looks. Nothing will come easy for them. They have to be able to get to certain spots on the floor and make shots with Del City defenders right on them. You cannot get separation from these Del City players very easily.
And there's another 3 put up by Sanders. Martin with the rebound.
That's what he's in for, to hit threes against his own.
Ball stolen away. Michael Graham lays it off the glass for 2.
They are sniffing blood.
Graham with, and I missed a bucket while we were getting things reset, but Graham with at least 13 points in the ballgame already.
Yeah, before we realized our streaming problem here, it's 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. But before we realized that, Michael Graham got to a bit of a slow start. It's a bit of a slow start in the first quarter, but he's quickly riding the ship. And, Elgin, they're not going to have one player who can guard him. Obviously, to go zone is just important that, they maintain responsibility for whatever side he's on. But, of course, he's also scoring in transition, and that's something that's been hard for Elgin to avoid. They're live ball turnovers against him that have led to Del City layups. So Elgin's in their press break right now.
Elgin with the ball in the backcourt. Del City coming out pressing. 3:05 left to play here in this Casa Juanito second period. Now ball tipped into the backcourt, out of bounds. It'll stay with Elgin.
So that deflection by Thurston, that's what it's been like much of this game. A Del City guard is able to use their quick hands and deflect a lot of basketballs, and that's led to, again, some layups for Del City.
And that is Sean Gomez. Now Mraz dishes the ball off to Bolin. Trying to lob it over the top and stolen away by Del City. Mishon Graham misses. Not as sure if you call it a dunk attempt or a layup, but he misses a shot. It's cleaned up by his teammate.
Well, his brother gave him a beautiful outlet pass there, and he messed up the assist. So maybe Michael will give him a hard time about it later tonight.
Elgin misses a layup. Thurston pushing the ball down the court. Go 2 on 3. Passes the ball out. Michael Graham shoots the 3. Shot no good. Johnson with the rebound. Mishon Graham called for the offensive foul.
Del City foul number 32, Mishon Graham.
Is it Mishon or Mishon?
I think it's Mishon.
I thought so too.
And Del City, they would play a lot of players anyway. It's not just that they're up 24.
Right.
They go deep. Coach Hatchett has a lot of confidence and a lot of players on this bench.
Demarion Turner checking into the game now as well. Now Mraz gets it to Loman in the front court. Laura. Mraz goes to the hole and draws the foul.
Some of Elgin's best offense has been when Nicholas Mraz has been able to get the ball in a good spot and attack the basket.
First personal 15.
He's a solid ball handler for Elgin. He's just not getting enough help here at the moment.
5 team fouls now on Del City.
It's a much quieter atmosphere than the earlier game.
Well, that one got loud at the end, did it?
It got loud. I mean, Guthrie their fans were loud the whole game. I give them a lot of credit. It's a tough one for them.
Mraz hits both of the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. 34-12 the score with a minute and a half left to play in the Casa Juanito second period. Sanders trying to get Tavon Johnson down low, throws it over his head.
So it's important for Del City when things get tough and they go against the zone. They have a good high post decision maker who can also execute on those type of passes.
Loman and Mraz both still in the backcourt. Gomez takes the pass. Martin. Laura for 3. Boom! It's a Bobby Lewis Insurance 3. Trace Laura. Bobby Lewis Insurance. Surprisingly great rates. With 2 locations to serve you. Choctaw, 405-281-6700. And in Del City at 405-670-3665. Bobby Lewis Insurance.
It's a matter of time before Laura got going.
He has a couple of threes now in the ball game.
He can get open if Del City keeps trapping. Just go away from where the trap is, and Laura can get open on the offside.
Laura gets to Mraz on the right wing. Mraz bounces out. Laura down at the low post right now. He's just standing in the paint. He bounces outside.
Elgin's trying to run clock. They've been successful so far. Looks like Del City's not going to trap here.
Down to the 22nd mark here in the first half. Turner on Mraz. Mraz gets around him. And foul called on Turner. No?
Good drive by Mraz. Turner with the foul, yes. Gave him the left hand.
I'm not sure what the official was signaling. He held up 5 fingers, then he held up 2 fingers. And so 2 fingers was for 2 shots, but the foul is on Demarion Turner. Mraz.
Elgin with some points here lately, so they can make this free throw, get the score to hold. Down 17. It's not insurmountable.
Mraz hits both of the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. Elgin 7 of 8 in the second period from the free throw line. Turner skip pass to Thurston. Right back to Graham, excuse me.
Wow, what a move.
Graham drives in and flips it. The Super Subs instant replay. You see Graham score.
He went 1 on 5 there and got a good shot. That shows his ability.
It's the half ends. 36-17 our score at halftime. The Del City Eagles in control over the Elgin Owls here in this Class 5A regional consolation game. We want to go ahead and take a break and then pick back up a little early. Jordan, talk about what happened during the first half of this ball game.
For sure, you need a break.
All right, folks, we're going to take a break. It's 36-17, Del City Eagles on top of Elgin Owls here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and asked yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
Call Rob and Will.
When it comes to your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
All right, welcome back to Middale Playoff Basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Jordan Ray here with you. We'll be joined by Tracy in a second to recap the first half. We apologize for missing the first quarter. It was some understandable technical problems in the sense that us getting on the air has to do with making sure we're on schedule, and we were way off schedule. Unavoidable because of the double overtime victory for Midwest City against Guthrie. So here's what we can tell you about tomorrow. And it looks like we will have a full 5 games. That means a baseball game at noon between Del City and Midwest City. Josh Calloway and John Kilty are slated to call that one. 2 p.m., Del City versus Shawnee in a girls area championship game. Winner goes to state, losers eliminated. 3:30, the Altus crew will have Carl Albert versus Altus. We'll try to get interviews with Carl Albert if they win that game. That's on the girls' side again. And we haven't been able to update this, but Carl Albert did lose in boys basketball earlier tonight, so they will play El Reno. El Reno won against Santa Fe South. Carl Albert lost in their game against Crossings. So they beat El Reno twice, but El Reno is tough, and that could be a very close game. And we do expect, it will be Guthrie tomorrow on one side. We do expect them to play Del City. So we have quite the day tomorrow, Tracy.
Exciting long day tomorrow. Lots of games. Huge game. Every game is a go to state or have your season end game.
Exactly. And all featuring Middale teams, at least for in Middale in the basketball set. And also, of course, the baseball game. We don't want to forget about that. That would be a good way to start things off.
So as we begin the third period of play here, McCarroll tries to tip in. It's no good. 36-17 is the lead for Del City at halftime. We're into the third period now. Trace Laura pulls up for the mid-range jumper, and he hits that one. He has 8 points for Elgin. He's the leading scorer for the Elgin Owls. Our third period brought to you by Sherpa Moving. Sherpa Moving, folks, they specialize in packing, unpacking. They're a full-service, local moving company. And their team is experienced and knowledgeable, and they'll help you get through what is usually a difficult time. Sherpa Moving for all your moving needs. I just used them last week. Best moving experience I've ever had. Did a phenomenal job. Call them at 405-724-8750. Michael Graham just hits a Bobby Lewis Insurance 3. Michael Graham has 20 points in the ballgame already.
He's going to make it hard to give the player of the game to someone else because he won the last one.
Jake Lohman hits a 3 on the other end. Lohman has, they said John Lohman. Okay, there we go. Jake
There's
Lohman.
a John Lohman on the roster, but he doesn't play as much as Jake does.
He's the freshman younger brother, we believe. Yep. Lohman has 6 points for Elgin now. And foul called on Brody Morrison, his third personal foul. That is the first foul of the second half. By the way, that three-point shot, Bobby Lewis Insurance sponsoring our three-point shots. He has surprisingly great rates with 2 locations to serve you. You can call him in Choctaw at 405-281-6700 or Del City at 405-670-3665. And Michael Graham just keeps scoring as he hits the Toonie Bieshouse's free throw.
Well, you mentioned Bobby Lewis, so you're now living in Choctaw. Hopefully you should visit his office. He's a very nice office in Choctaw, but you guys watching from Del City, be sure to visit his Del City office when you can as well.
Deshaun McCarroll gets his legs up to block a pass, makes contact with the ball, so they call not a personal foul, but a foul, if you will, for kicking the ball, and Elgin inbounds it. Right down the court, Morrison goes all the way to the hole.
Good move. I mean, that's what you got to do. You got to be aggressive against the aggressor.
Gets his first bucket of the ball game. There's our Super Subs instant replay with Morrison's layup. Thurston drives in. Not a pretty shot, but he does draw contact and gets the foul. And the foul goes on Trace Laura, his first personal.
Now, I'm really impressed with how aggressive Del City's been. It's very unusual for them to lose a home game for a regional championship like they did a week ago against Crossings. And they've responded by being the aggressor, and they've said, we're going to be a different team than that team against Crossings. They were a little bit more on their heels because Crossings is that good as they're heading to state. So congratulations to them doing it in 5A. They haven't been in 5A until this year. But Del City has adjusted nicely to that.
Thurston misses the first of the Toonie Buys Houses free throws, hits the second, and the score is 42-24. Mraz gets around Thurston, has his shot blocked as he goes up for the layup. Ball goes out of bounds. Elgin basketball on the baseline.
See if Elgin can get a good baseline out of bounds play.
Michael Graham, 22 points in the ball game now. 8 points for Kentrell Thurston, 4 for Deshaun McCarroll, and 2 each for Jashawn McAllister, Amadre Sanders, Meshawn Graham, and Tavon Johnson.
Good job by Lohman to relocate after he drove and kicked it out. Although I think he might have got away with a travel against Michael Graham, but refs had a better view of it than I did.
Lohman gets the long two from the corner. Now Johnson inside to Thurston, and Thurston draws the foul. Going back to the line, and Trace Laura gets called for his second personal foul.
So Elgin's played mostly zone, and this is what happens when you do that. It's hard to stay. Well, I should say it's hard for the opponent adjusts, and that's what we see a lot with Del City. They're getting more and more comfortable attacking the zone.
Johnson misses the first of the Toonie Buys Houses free throws.
Now you attack a 2-3 zone, go short corner and send a cutter from the top, and they've been doing that pretty well.
That was Thurston, shooting those free throws. He misses the first and hits the second. Morrison and
Val McCarroll reaching in.
McCarroll picks up his first personal foul. First team foul on Del City here in the third period.
First personal foul, first team.
5:08 to play in the third. It's a 17-point lead for Del City.
Del City assistant coach wants the backcourt, but I think because he didn't control it, they're not going to call it on Mraz there.
And a foul on Del City.
On McCarroll again. He got there a little late.
No, that one is on McAllister. McAllister picks up his third personal.
10, Jason McAllister, third personal foul, second team.
Second team foul on Del City. Mraz takes the inbound pass. And now finds Jake Lohman. Lohman working his way in. McCarroll with the block. Morrison gets the long rebound. Mraz spins, tries to get around Graham. Nothing happening there. And Mraz, the three, shot no good. McAllister with the rebound. You know, I don't want to take anything away from any of the teams that we cover on the Oklahoma Sports Network or the quality of play of any of the other players that we've seen.
Yep.
But I think from defensive footwork to sharing the ball to shot to form on shooting, Michael Graham might be my favorite high school basketball player right now. And it's not just because we're watching this game. You know?
Amazing thing, I didn't see hear a whistle for a timeout there, but it's a Del City timeout. It should be a 30-second. But I agree with you, and he's come in late. He was a good player for that Southeast team that made state a couple years ago. They beat Carl Albert. This time 2 years ago, in fact. I was here at Edmond North doing a Midwest City Del City game against each other for the area championship. And Michael Graham's just a very well-rounded guard, and you say that about him on defense. It's true for his teammates when it comes to how they position themselves on defense. Elgin has had all kinds of problems screening. I've just noticed that recently when they run an inbounds play or they try to get some off-the-ball action by screening. They haven't been able to get good screens on the Del City defenders this game.
Well, and Graham, not the only one, but, you know, just watching him, he anticipates screens and other things like that on the court so well. Now Graham pull, that's a three, no good. Laura pushing the ball down the court. Morrison in the corner, Mraz for three. That's the Bobby Lewis Insurance three for Nicholas Mraz. He has 9 points.
And you know, about this time in our last game, this is about the deficit. Midwest City against Guthrie. Now, Midwest City had the firepower to come back. See if Elgin has the firepower to make it interesting here. But, of course, Tavon Johnson is a load.
And we've got the super subs instant replay. Tavon Johnson gets the score. Johnson has 4 points in the ball game. 45-29 is the score. 3.5 minutes to play in the third. Lohman misses the layup. Michael Graham with the rebound. Graham passes off. Loose ball. Graham gets there first. He goes right to the hole, lays it up, draws the foul. He's going to the line to shoot Toonie Bicehouse's free throws.
And that is one of the things he's done well, get to the free throw line.
Number 10, Sean Gomez, third personal foul.
Gomez picks up his third personal foul, 14th foul on Elgin here in the third period.
Michael Graham at the line for the Eagles.
We saw Tavon Johnson score a moment ago. If Del City holds on and plays Guthrie, he could be a big factor. Midwest City doesn't have a player quite like him who can score inside like that. And Guthrie, they got some strong guys in the 6'2", 6'3" range, but I'm not sure if they have anyone who can muscle with Tavon Johnson in the paint.
And Graham hits the first of the Toonie Bicehouse's free throws. Second one coming. Some players check in for Del City. Graham hits the second free throw as well. Graham is 5 for 6 from the free throw line in the ball game. And he has 24 points now. Jake Lohman running point. Martin with the ball out top. Passes off, cuts through the paint. And get it to him. Now Mraz trying to get around Mishon Graham.
Called for a hooking foul.
Offensive foul on Mraz.
Elgin foul on number 2, Nicholas Mraz.
His first personal, 5th team foul on Elgin. The offensive foul, which results in a turnover, but Del City is in the bonus now. Mishon Graham driving in, a little hard off the glass, gets his own rebound. Turner, Graham. Graham finds his brother cutting the baseline. He catches the ball and passes it off where he steps out and almost turns it over.
A little sloppy for Del City, but they maintain possession, and that's one of those possessions. Elgin needs to get that ball when they have the chance at it.
Jaden Johnson takes the inbound pass. Just taking his time out top now, waiting for a defender to come out. Johnson down low to Tavon Johnson, who draws the foul.
So whether you pass the ball into the high post or you attack the high post with dribble penetration, the goal is to bring those two Elgin defenders who play near the basket in that 3-2 zone, draw them to you, and see if you have someone open underneath the basket. And Del City's done a pretty good job of that tonight. Good job on that possession there.
Tavon Johnson misses the first of the Toonie Bicehouse's free throws. Sean Gomez takes a seat as he just picked up his 4th personal foul here in the third period. Tavon Johnson's second free throw is up, and that one is good. Noah Martin takes the inbound pass. Jaden Johnson on D. Screen set in the backcourt. Lucas Young. Young looked a little uncomfortable with the ball in his hands there in the backcourt. And now we've got a foul on Jaden Johnson. Is that?
Yeah, he was trying to force a jump ball.
Eagle foul on number 22.
Refs will say he made a little bit too much contact there.
That's his second personal, 3rd team foul on Del City. Coach Hatchett calls Jaden Johnson over the bench, sends Thurston back into the game.
Checking into the game, number 3, Kentrell Thurston.
Inbound pass goes to Bolden. Bolden and Laura could be brothers from looking at them in their uniforms on the court.
I got them confused their first game against John Marshall.
Bolden out top, passes back off to Mraz.
Good job by Mraz just avoiding that trap.
Absolutely.
Nice play.
Lucas Young does a great job in the paint, goes off the glass, draws the foul. Here's the super sub to instant replay. And the foul is on Mishon Graham, I believe.
Now, if Elgin just had a couple more players like Mraz, just strong with the ball, able to penetrate, this would be a different game. Still like Del City in the game, but I think the score would be closer.
Lucas Young gets the old-fashioned three-point play as he connects on the Toonie Bicehouse's free throw.
Checking in, number 33, Landon Sanders.
Landon Sanders in the game now for Del City. Still a 16-point lead for the Eagles.
believe it's his first appearance.
Michael Graham out top. Looks for a lane, passes off. Thurston drives in, throws it right into the hands of Nicholas Mraz. Minute 18 to play in this Sherpa moving third period.
It's moving right along.
Yeah, this game is moving along a lot faster than the last one. The last game had not only the double overtime, but a lot of stoppages for fouls and free throws. Jake Lohman gets another bucket. He has 7 in the third period.
Elgin might have outscored Del City this third quarter.
I believe they have so far, yes. It was a 19-point lead at half, I believe.
I think, yes, it was 36-17.
Yeah. Nishan Graham holding the ball outside, down to 30 seconds here on the clock in the third period.
Boland will just give him room. Let's see how they attack, maybe with about 10 seconds to go.
Turner passes off now. Michael Graham. Clock down to 15 seconds now. Graham passes back out to Thurston. And now we're at the 10-second mark. Graham's going to take the ball and direct traffic. Graham looking for a lane, gives it to Thurston. Thurston goes to the hole, high off the glass. And
got it at the buzzer.
Nishan Graham hits the side of the rim. It goes back up. Here's the super subs instant replay.
Really good instincts there on he missed the first tip in, but on the second one, he knew he had to get rid of that ball very quickly, and he did, and right in time. So
16-point lead for the Del City Eagles after 3 periods of play. Folks, want to thank you for watching Mid-Del basketball and thank our Elgin fans as well here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
When it comes to your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray, back at Edmond North High School where the Del City Eagles lead the Elgin Owls 50-34 as we begin the fourth period of play. Fourth period brought to you by Rose State College. Rose State College wants you to know that your students can earn college credit while they're in high school. It's called concurrent enrollment. Save money and save time. rose.edu/concurrent. Trace Laura gets the tip in. Scoring here to begin the fourth period of play.
And an unforced turnover has looked like Nishan Graham wanted to cut to the high post. And right when he cut is when Thurston threw a pass to the wing. I think Lenny Hatchets has some things he can get onto his team about. They have not played a perfect game by any means.
So it's 9:30 here on a Friday night. If you're just looking around the Oklahoma Sports Network and finding us still live on the air, the game before us went to double overtime. So we're just now entering the fourth period of play. You hear at Edmond North in this Del City Elgin game. Del City jumped out to a huge lead early.
Oh, the move by Laura.
Elgin has kept Del City from pulling away too far, and now all of a sudden it's back to a 12-point game as Laura scores. He has 12 in the game for Elgin.
And I think what's happening is maybe Del City's getting a little lackadaisical on defense, but also Elgin has adjusted. They've adjusted to the speed of Del City.
Del City has slowed it down a lot offensively as well. Ball tipped around. Thurston with an offensive board. He's going to get draw a foul and head to the line to shoot Toonie Beishausen's free throws.
You saw Thurston there. He was bullying his teammate, his much taller teammate, Leighton Sanders. I don't think that's why he drew the foul, but whoever was in his way, he was going to try to move him.
Jake Lohman picks up his first personal and first team foul here in the fourth period. Kentrell Thurston misses the Toonie Beishausen's free throw. Deshaun McCarroll checks back into the game for Del City. Thurston hits the second free throw after missing the first. And it's back to a 13-point lead now. A little full court pressure by Del City. Thurston takes a good bump at the screen. Morrison goes up.
Oh, made a good pass.
Nice look from Morrison, but
I would have made it 11, too. I mean,
Young could not tip it in or put it in off the pass. Now Turner on the left wing looking inside. McCarroll at the high post. Kicks it back out. Turner. Graham just going to back up and reset everything. 6 minutes to play in this ball game, folks. 13-point lead for Del City, 51-38. Turner for three. It's long, and it's out of bounds.
Del City can run a lot of clock if they want to because Elgin's not a pressure team. They're still zoning. And that's the 3-point shot Elgin will definitely live with. Del City, again, not a great 3-point shooting team. They got some players who can make them, though.
Moraz gets the ball down the court, tries to pass back behind him, and
late whistle there.
Laura draws a foul.
That's the second time we've seen Deshaun McCarroll get called for reaching from behind after he gives up some dribble penetration.
Second personal, first team.
That is the second personal foul on Deshaun McCarroll, so both of his fouls have come that way. His first team foul on Del City. Now, Del City's the defending 5A state champion.
It doesn't feel like it because none of these players really played on that team. These kind of, in a way, Coach Hatchett has started from scratch with his team, and because of that, he's done one of his best coaching jobs, actually.
McCarroll going all the way to the hole, and he's going to get the and one. There's the instant replay courtesy of Super Subs with the Chicken Phillies, folks. They have the deluxe barbecue and the buffalo. Morrison picks up his fourth personal, second team foul, and Deshaun McCarroll has the and one opportunity.
Another reason why Elgin has played well the second half, they have limited Del City's transition opportunities. That's one of the rare ones that the Eagles were able to take care of.
McCarroll misses the Toonie Buys Houses free throw. Trace Laura, right wing, passes off. Morrison back to Laura for three. Front of the rim, shot no good. Young gets the rebound. Laura, boom! He connects on the second attempt. Laura has 3 threes in the game. And he has 15 points. It's back to a 12-point game, 53-41. 5 minutes to play. Graham to Thurston. Thurston for three. Now Morrison pushing it up the court, tipped away from behind by Michael Graham. Graham going right to the hole, misses the layup. And McCarroll, foul on the putback attempt. Foul going on Jake Loman, his second personal, the third team foul.
Belgian foul number 1, Jake Loman, second.
So Eagles in a bit of a shooting slump, but what they've started to do here the last couple possessions is get steals. They know they can pressure Elgin, and they weren't doing that as much the second half, but if Elgin keeps getting closer, don't be surprised if you see Del City ratchet up the pressure again.
This is one of those times when I'm not saying you should actually go score 100, or something like that, or you're at 53 points. 100's out of reach anyway. But, if you're Coach Hatchett and you see everything is slowed down and Elgin's hanging around, you get guys over there, okay, we're going to go do this, and you set some really big goal and say, we're going to crank up the pressure full court, we're going to run, go score, and then you pull away and then you can go ahead and put the game away. I don't know if that's a good strategy or not, but this team's capable of doing that.
Well, they are off a made free throw, going to a full court press.
McCarroll missed the first, hit the second free throw. The score now 54-41, 13-point lead for Del City. Mraz in the backcourt gives it to Martin. Martin splits defenders and trying to hit Laura in the corner. Ball's tipped out of bounds by McCarroll.
And Deshaun McCarroll is so active on defense. Constantly around the ball. He obviously will gamble some. That's why he's got a few of his fouls, but he makes you uncomfortable if you're on offense.
4:26 to play here in the Rose State College fourth period.
It's a good show by Tavon Johnson.
Mraz picks up his dribble. McCarroll just takes it away from him. And the foul called to Mraz.
What did I say? Sometimes when I say compliment someone, they do something dumb. That seemed to happen a lot in the first game. So thank you to Sean McCarroll for making me look good there.
Graham bringing the ball to the court slowly. Lohman meets him at half court. Mishon Graham inside to McCarroll, to
Nice.
Tavon Johnson, to Deshaun McAllister, and Jashawn McAllister here on the Super Subs instant replay.
Great interior passing along the zone.
And
that's
the
a very encouraging possession for the Eagles.
Lead up to 15 again. Full timeout for the Elgin Owls. It's the Del City Eagles leading by 15, 56-41 with 3:55 to play in the ball game here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray back at Edmond North High School, where the Del City Eagles are not on cruise control yet, but they lead by 15 over the Elgin Owls here in this Class 5A area consolation game. Winner of this game will take on the Guthrie Blue Jays at 7:30 tomorrow night in Piedmont. Jake Lohman gets the bucket and cuts the lead back to 13. Lohman now with 13 points in the ball game for Elgin. Mishon Graham drives the baseline, passes off, but draws the foul.
It's good set play for Elgin. Try to get some type of backdoor, back cut action, use the speed of Del City against them.
Trace Laura picks up his third personal, fifth team foul on Elgin. Mishon Graham shooting the Toonie Buys Houses free throws, misses the first.
For the Owls, checking into the game, number 11.
Even though Del City's had some good possessions against the zone, because they're not shooting great from three or from the free throw line even, and Guthrie might be a little tired from their double overtime game. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the matchup tomorrow if we see a lot of zone from Guthrie.
Mishon Graham misses both of the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. Jake Lohman gets it to Mraz in the front court, and I believe Jashawn McAllister just picked up his fourth personal foul.
Only the second team foul in Del City this quarter. They've done a good job not fouling Elgin, giving them more chances at the line. They're just holding on right now. Still, given the way Del City plays, you feel comfortable with this lead, but you still would have liked it to be bigger.
Morrison gets around McAllister. McCarroll goes to the hole. He's going to have an and one opportunity.
We haven't really seen that much from Morrison in the games we've done, but that is a heck of a move. And again, take it. You got to go at the speed, and he did.
McCarroll picks up his third personal, third team foul, and Brody Morrison at the line shooting the Toonie Buys Houses free throw.
This is going to be as close as Elgin's been. The only thing is, can they speed up Del City and force misses? It may not matter if Del City misses free throws. When I say misses, I mean misses from the field or turns it over. Well, they almost did it right there.
11-point game, 56-45. Michael Graham drives to the hole, misses the layup, draws the foul. Two free throws coming for Michael Graham. And the foul's on Lucas Young. Third personal. Michael Graham getting the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. He hits the first. Extends the lead back to 12.
So Del City is playing four of their starters plus Mishon Graham late in this game. They're probably hoping after the first two quarters not to have to do that.
Graham misses the second free throw. 12-point lead.
I was going to say, I'm sorry, I don't think these players have been too taxed right now. Whoa, what a shot. They keep getting a little closer.
Mraz with the bucket, and it's a 10-point ball game. 2.5 minutes to play. Graham to Thurston. You know, I've gotten relaxed too, and I know I've been pausing a lot between what I've been saying during play-by-play, which is luring you in to talk when I'm still planning on talking. I apologize for that. Thurston gets the bucket on the other end, and it's back to 12.
And Elgin's going to take a 30. Well, the reason that we don't feel like there's more drama than there is, maybe part of it's the atmosphere. It's not very loud right now. But you just think at some point when Del City wants to really turn it on offense, Michael Graham, or in the last possession it was McCarroll, can attack the basket, get in the paint, or Tavon Johnson. And on defense, you know, if they – now, I'm not saying they're not playing hard, but Elgin has gotten more comfortable against their speed, like I said. They made things happen in half court. But you feel like defensively, if they need to get a steal, they can get a steal. And maybe we're just not giving Elgin enough credit.
That's absolutely, I think, the issue.
Yeah.
And maybe Del City didn't either, and that's why they're in this position right now.
Yeah, but still playing their starters and one sub.
Laura in the corner for three. That one's going to be tipped and lands on the back of the iron. Mraz gets the rebound. Mraz pulls the trigger on the three. Also the back of the iron. And the ball's going out of bounds off the hands of Del City. So Elgin with another opportunity here to make this a one-score game.
One of those threes.
I mean, not one score.
Single digits.
Single digit.
Yeah. I was going to say, one of those threes goes in.
Laura in the corner for three. Boom, it's a Bobby Lewis Insurance three, and it's a 9-point game.
And Del City had that rebound. They couldn't get it. And now Elgin's within 9.
Sean Graham in the corner, picks up his dribble, gives it to Thurston. Across the court to Graham, a minute and a half to play. And a steal by Morrison.
This is incredible.
For two, and it's a 7-point game.
Well, there's plenty of time now, and that's unusual to see Elgin get a steal like that and an easy score.
Morrison playing with 4 fouls, so right now he's been a big part of what's this comeback, and he's going to grab, that's his 5th. Not who you wanted fouling if you're Elgin. He's telling his coach it's 4, but no, that is his 5th. They just announced as well.
Shouldn't be free throws, though.
Yeah, that is 5.
Oh, it's 5. Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong number.
Actually, it's 7 to be exact.
Yeah, so never mind. I was thinking that was a timeout number. I still get timeouts and fouls confused.
So the Tuning Buys Houses free throws for Kentrell Thurston. He hits the first. Remind you folks that Tuning Buys Houses in any condition. If you're someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, call Tuning Buys Houses today for a cash offer, 405-931-3046. Rebound off the miss for Elgin. Jake Lohman pushing the ball down the court. Trailing by 8, and a foul called on Del City.
And that will not be free throws.
That's going Michael Graham, and that is his first personal 4th team foul.
Pretty amazing. Michael Graham has only had one foul right there.
1 minute and 1 second left to play in this Rose State College 4th period. Graham tips the ball out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Elgin. No time comes off the clock. Elgin will inbound on the sideline. Another rule change in basketball this year is there's like 4 points where you inbound the ball in the front court, and only 4 points. Laura for three. It's a Bobby Lewis Insurance three, and it's a 5-point basketball game with 54 seconds left. What a comeback by the Elgin Owls. Noah Martin picks up a foul, and Kentrell Thurston's going to the line. That's
we hope to be able to get down there in time to talk to Coach Hatcher. We may not, because they're not going to stick around and hold a trophy if they hold on and win.
And it's almost 10 o'clock,
yeah.
So they're going to be ready to head home quick.
But I wonder how he'll feel about this performance by his team. Again, you got to give Elgin a lot of credit. Although in that possession, McCarroll left Laura. He tried to help one pass away, and no one should leave Laura. Let your teammates help out on any dribble penetration.
Thurston hits the first of the Tuning Buys Houses free throws. Second shot's up. He hits both of them. Del City needed that. Back to a 7-point game. All the way down the court. Martin goes in, scores the bucket. 5-point game, 40 seconds left. Clock still running. And
Coach Hatch had to call a timeout.
Close to a delay of game call there on Del City. Hatchett calls a 30-second timeout. 37 seconds left to play.
Full timeout.
It is a full timeout, excuse me. 37 seconds. Del City's up by 5, 62-57. We're going to take a timeout as well here in the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Red Plains Plumbing has been offering reliable commercial and residential services to the OKC metro area for over a decade. From new construction and remodeling to residential repair, they can handle jobs of all sizes. When you need a trusted name in plumbing, it's Red Plains Plumbing. Family owned and operated. Phone 405-769-1922. That's 405-769-1922.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Jordan Ray. Edmond North High School, we've got what has turned out to be an exciting game here at the end as Elgin has closed the gap. It's a 5-point game. Del City leading Elgin 62-57 with 37 seconds left. Full court pressure by Elgin. Del City gets the ball down the court. Amadre Sanders is going to score on the press break.
Sanders came in for free throw shooting, but he gets the finish there.
Lohman to Martin, ball bounces around, and McCarroll comes down with a rebound. As Lucas Young actually on the shot.
Elgin keeps getting good shots. That's been the difference. The pressure for Del City that worked so well in the first half, not really there as much in the second half, and Elgin just was the aggressor with it and getting within 5 a couple times, considering where we were for much of this game. Very impressive by the Owls.
McCarroll at the line shooting the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. 7-point lead and 19 seconds left to play. McCarroll misses the first of the free throws.
Elgin substitution. Checking into the game.
Hagan Bolin checks into the ball game for the Owls.
See if they have a possession to the Owls where they can get off a quick three. Bolin's one of the guys that you might look to shoot.
McCarroll's second free throw is good after missing the first. McCarroll has 8 points in the ball game. 19 seconds to play. Mraz takes the inbound pass, gets it down the court in a hurry, trying to get around Turner, going to the hole, lays off the glass, foul called on Turner. And Turner picks up his third personal.
Tough call on Turner. The refs will say that he got his hands on Mraz there.
14 seconds to play. Mraz shooting the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. Rattles in and out.
Mraz is a junior. I'm looking forward to what he can do for Elgin next year. We'll see if they're still in 5 acres basketball. They change that every year.
A growing community, so not likely that they would drop a class.
I would agree, but they did drop recently. They were at 5A in 2022, drop back to 4A in 2023. I think at some point they will be in 5A to stay.
It might have dropped because of some private schools bouncing up under the private school rulings, not sure. 65-58 the score with 13 seconds left to play. Michael Graham at the line shooting the Toonie Buys Houses free throws. Seven-point lead, make it 8 as Graham connects on the free throw. Graham with 26 points in the game. Second shot is up, and it's good as well. 27 points for Michael Graham. Nothing flashy. And Mraz drives right to the hole, scores the bucket. Mraz now with 13 points in the ball game, and we've got another timeout called with 7 seconds left to play in a 7-point game.
Well, don't think there's enough time for Elgin, but they're going to keep playing to the very end.
You wouldn't think there's enough time, but a quick foul and some missed free throws, a three by Laura, and you never know what could happen, right?
Well, it's the 3 scores is what you're looking at with 7 points. So we can't expect, again, Del City, again, assuming they hold on, to play Guthrie tomorrow. And that game's got even more interesting now because of how Del City's kind of struggled some in the second half. But also, since Guthrie had the heartbreaking loss in double overtime, what impact will that have?
Absolutely. 7 seconds on the clock. McCarroll takes the inbound pass. Lohman commits the foul. A second runs off the clock, and McCarroll's going to the free throw line to shoot Toonie Buys Houses free throws.
Foul number 1, Jake Lohman.
67-60 is the score. McCarroll, again, shooting free throws.
McCarroll at the line.
Del City has the rest of their players back in the backcourt. McCarroll hits the first free throw. Extends the lead to 8.
Overall, Deshaun McCarroll, good candidate for player of the game, but I think we know it has to go back to where it went Saturday night, and that's Mr. Graham.
McCarroll hits both free throws, a 9-point lead for Del City, and Mraz steps out of bounds, turning the ball over with 5.5 seconds. Del City will get the ball back. Leading by 9 with the ball, 5.5 seconds to play in this Rose State College fourth period. Turner inbounds the ball to Graham. He could just hang out in the backcourt. He didn't even have to step across the half-court line. And that's the ball game, folks. The Del City Eagles get the win and extend their season 69-60. They will take on the Guthrie Blue Jays at 7:30 tomorrow night in Piedmont for winner goes to state and loser season ends tomorrow night. Elgin Owls season comes to an end here tonight in Edmond North. And we're going to go ahead and total up just a few numbers. Are you going to try to take an opportunity, Jordan, to go down and speak with Coach?
I don't think I can catch him. Del City's going to go probably straight to the locker room.
All right, well, let's go ahead and talk about our player of the game. Eastside Church of Christ sponsoring player of the game. Eastside Church of Christ, folks, I'm one of the ministers there. We believe that the way that we love Jesus and show our love to God is by loving our neighbors. And on Saturday, March the 9th at 1 p.m., we're going to have a community baby shower. That means if you or someone you know has a child under the age of 3, or if you're expecting, in other words, if you're pregnant, then you can come out to the Eastside Church of Christ on March the 9th. Between 1 and 3, we have lots of resources. We have gifts for you, including diapers, and we have some door prizes like baby beds and strollers and car seats and things like that we're going to give away. So we just invite you to come out and let us love on you, maybe help you in some way if you need some help, and let us show the love of God to you by just loving on you. Eastside Church of Christ, we're at 916 South Douglas Boulevard in Midwest City. You can find us at eastsidechurchofchrist.org. Player of the game, Michael Graham. 27 points in the game for Michael Graham. We thought he got off to a slow start, but within a couple of minutes he was on the board, and then it was just boom, boom, boom. He had 7, 8, 9 points early, it seemed like, just in a couple of minutes. And his defense is I don't know what else to say about him. Just the way he moves, the way he shares the ball with teammates, phenomenal basketball player.
Very well-rounded guard. Kind of what Del City was hoping to have if for basketball if LaDainian Fields came out. Of course, LaDainian Fields won OSN Player of the Year on Monday for their football awards banquet and has decided to focus solely on football, understandable, because he's got a bright future at Oklahoma State. But he's also that type of guard because they were both teammates at Southeast, him and Michael Graham. Michael Graham has become that type of player for Del City, someone they can go to when they need a basket, when they need someone to make a play on offense or defense. And, make no mistake, this game was won for Del City in the first half when their defensive pressure was really important for them. And we saw Guthrie. We know they got good players. So does Del City. Again, these are two teams that both were 2 seeds. They finished second in their districts. So I think this is going to be an outstanding game. And we'll show it to you one more time the games for tomorrow, starting, of course, with a little baseball. And that's Midwest City and Del City. We thought they were going to play in basketball tonight, but Midwest City was like, we don't want that matchup yet. We'll wait till maybe in the state tournament at some point. But look at this. Del City versus Shawnee in girls basketball. That is a great matchup right there. Carl Albert against Altus at 3:30. We saw what Altus was able to do coming from behind last night to win. And we're glad that the Altus crew can come in and maybe give us a break doing that game. But we'll try to work it out where if Carl Albert wins, we definitely will want to interview Coach Ritchie. And then we put this together before it was official, but we can now say Carl Albert versus El Reno for sure at 6 p.m. and Guthrie versus Del City for sure at 7:30. 5 games on the Oklahoma Sports Network. 4 of them are basketball games featuring Mid-Del teams, Del City and Carl Albert, because both Midwest City teams got the job done in the area final. But 4 games featuring teams in do-or-die situations. They either get to state or they don't.
Amazing sports, amazing athletes in the Mid-Del schools. 3 schools in 1 district in 2 communities that are all in the same class, 5A, and whether it's basketball or baseball, the performance they had on the football field earlier in the year, and, of course, all the other sports they participate in, they just continue to excel. And right now, it's even though we have the baseball game tomorrow morning, I don't take anything away from that, but right now it's all about these basketball playoffs that are happening.
Yeah, to have all 4 games and it'll be all 4 Mid-Del teams, very exciting. Of course, a couple of those Mid-Del teams like Carl Albert boys for sure, at least, them for sure. You knew you were going to have a team playing in the 2 o'clock, or sorry, the 3:30 time slot, because either Midwest City or Carl Albert had to lose that game, obviously, that we did yesterday. But the fact they have to play these games, and you know what? They're going to play in the next round, if they win, some teams that pulled off an upset. I mean, like on the girls' side, Will Rogers and Coweta, good teams, but they knocked off the district champions. Tulsa Edison, really good team in the East. They finished second, but they knocked off Booker T, and I'm still shocked at that result. So there'll be some interesting matchups in the state tournament. We'll see how many Mid-Del teams can get there. We'll find out tomorrow. Could be as many as 6.
Well, I want to clarify one thing. You said all 4 teams in. All 4 teams play tomorrow, or we have 4 teams playing tomorrow, but there are 6 basketball teams in the Mid-Del district, 6 varsity basketball teams.
Right.
2 of them, the Midwest City girls and the Midwest City boys, are already in the state tournament.
Yep.
So it's the other 4 are still alive and playing for a shot to go play in the state tournament tomorrow. So when we say 4 in, it's 4 playing tomorrow. 2 are already in the state tournament next week. And that's just that's absolutely amazing. What a great school district that gets supported from administration to teachers in the hallway to parents, and the community support is big in that. And so kudos to the Midwest City and Del City communities for all that they do to support
and really good coaching.
Athletes. Oh, great coaching, absolutely, great coaching. Final score tonight, 69-60 was the final, correct?
Yes.
69-60, the Del City Eagles get the win over the Elgin Owls. They kind of had to hang on. They had a 19-point lead at half. Got outscored by 10 in the second half, but they held on for the win and did what they needed to do to go ahead and advance to tomorrow's games. Del City Eagles, and congratulations, Coach Lenny Hatchett, and our player of the game, Michael Graham. It's time for us to go ahead and wrap things up. It's a late night because of that double overtime game earlier with Midwest City and Guthrie. It's time for us to go ahead and head on home and get ready for the long day tomorrow, right?
Let's do it.
All right, folks, thank you for being our viewers. Thank you for being our audience here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.